Here's some strategies for doing that, for creating greater balance. Now, I will say, there's no one right way. You know, a lot of people like to say, I have the answer. No, I could say that, but, you know, I wouldn't be authentic. I can tell you some approaches to it, and I'd like to give you kind of a rule of thumb, but there really isn't a magic formula. The rule of thumb I like to use for creating greater balance is simple. Do more of what makes you feel good, and do less of what feels bad. And if you think about it that way, it's kind of a quick way to check. And it sounds easy, but I will say for people who are not used to paying attention to what they like, what they think, and how they feel, it actually may be a little more challenging. So if you're one of those people, don't make this another reason to beat up on yourself. Just use it as a learning tool. And I'm going to talk more about self-awareness a little bit later on. And remember, if you start to just do these things, do more of what feels good and less of what feels bad, of course in an appropriate way that makes your whole life run smoothly, that is actually practicing self-care. The other thing that you want to do, to remember to do to create balance, is practice self-care by making self-supported choices. And by that I mean make choices that are going to make your overall life smooth. And that comes into, if you have many different roles and responsibilities, you may have to factor into, you may not be able to do exactly what you want because of ripple effects and the other responsibilities, but you can still make it work. An example of that is one of my girlfriends. She's actually doing self-care this weekend. Her birthday is on Wednesday, and she's been saying, it's the big one, and I'm going away. I'm going to do something. So she's been planning and researching for months. But her son has a big karate event next weekend, which was the weekend she was going away. So, and then the weekend after that, there was something for work. And so she had to do a shuffle, and instead of saying, well, forget it, I'm not going to the karate event, because her son is 9, and that could actually have some long-term effects depending on how she handled it. She shuffled around, but she still is going away, so she's doing it now. So that's what I mean by being self-supportive. So she's supporting herself and her personal needs, but she's also supporting herself in her role as mother, and then she's supporting herself in her role as for work because she's going to be able to go to all these events. So that's what I mean, and she's creating balance.